Well, let's see how long this is gonna take. What's up, guys? Wolf Rider here. Welcome to the channel. And today, while we're waiting here to get the truck washed, I just wanted to talk about a question that I get asked a couple of times, and that is, how long are your work days as a truck driver? So let's hit the intro real quick and just chat for a few minutes. What's up, guys? Welcome to the channel. If you're new to the channel, welcome to the channel. Hope this information you find it useful. If you're back to the channel, welcome back, guys. You know what's up, what's up. Just real quick, we're here at I'm going on my way to Texas, and we're here at a Blue Beacon where Melton Truck Line allows us, one free wash a month. Wasn't home time for a few days, and even though I rinsed it out when I was last in Laredo, it was still a real winter time, so I went to some ice and slush. It's so nasty outside, so I decided, you know what, I got time right now today, get it washed real quick so we can have a clean truck, because it's driving me crazy. So while we're waiting here a few minutes in this Blue Beacon, I just wanted to talk about a little bit about what to expect and how long are your days where you're here on the road. I get that question asked a couple of times already, so I figured let me do a video and ask that question on how long are your days as a truck driver. Um, well, your days, if or as long as you make them based on the hours that you have it available to you. I'm going to show this real quick, my clock real quick, for you guys that know what I'm talking about. Maybe this is not the video for you, but I'm going to share a little bit about clock management, or at least how the clock works right now as a truck driver. So for those that are new, rookies coming to the industry, and hopefully this helps and gives you an idea. Maybe later on I'll do an more in-depth video talking about your clock and all that kind of stuff, but I'm just going to show you a little bit about your day and what you have to do as a truck driver to manage your time, and what do you have. So right now, let me show you my clock, turn you guys around. So if you can see here, let me make sure the camera focuses. This is what the Qualcomm, this is basically how we manage our time, and it lets us know how much time we have during the day and so forth. So you can see today's March 3rd, so that's today's date. Happy 3rd. So we have an 8-hour clock, an 11-hour clock, 14-hour clock, and a 70-hour clock. So pretty much, again, real quick, not in depth, your 70-hour clock is what you drive for the week on this in 8 days. Your 14-hour clock and your 11-hour clock are the most important ones that you're looking at right now. So I'm going to touch on those real quick. Your 14-hour clock is your day clock. Basically, when you get up in the morning, once you go on duty on your clock, you're watching this clock is always going down. So as you see right now for the day, I have only been driven a little bit, 11 hours and 20 minutes left on my clock, and that's still going down. If we're here long enough, you'll see it going to 19. I've only been stopped for about 30 minutes right now. My drive, my 11-hour driving, that's how much time I have left to drive right now, 9 hours and 4 minutes. But you get 11 hours to start your day and 14 hours on duty time per day. Now there's a few rules that have changed this last year on 2020 about pausing your clock, but we're not going to get to that in this video. But this is what you have to manage. This is what you have to look at as a truck driver coming in. It's your time during the day. So if you can drive up to 11 hours every day, but you cannot be on duty more than 14 hours per day. Again, not getting technical. I know some of you guys have been doing this and you're going to tell me, yes, you can. But a general rule of thumb, you got 14 hours and 11 hours. This is for the rookies. Don't want to confuse you guys. So let me turn you back around. So I don't want to confuse you too much. Again, it's not in depth. It's not meant to be kind of an in-depth video on your clock and how it works. We'll do that later. But I have 14 hours a day as a truck driver to do my job. I have 11 hours to drive for the day. This is a longer trip. I'm coming from Cali going to Texas, Dallas, Fort Worth area. More specifically, McKinney, Texas. Again, been there before. And today it's my second day of full driving. So I picked up the load, dropped off the load Monday morning, picked up this load Monday afternoon, drove a little bit Monday night, stopped about 9 p.m. and then start it back up the next day. Now I have a couple of days of full driving. So it's up to me to manage my truck. I hear a lot of guys sometimes asking me that question because, how long is your day? Well, you will say, well, your day cannot be longer than 11 hours, or your day cannot be longer than 14. Well, it can be. It really depends on you. Today's a driving day. My days, I average out to be full driving 12-hour days. As you see right now, I'm stopped at the Blue Beacon. I'm getting my truck washed. Well, that's part of my 14-hour on-duty time that I have. So between my 11-hour and my 14-hour, I have there's an extra 3 hours that I have during the day that I can use. An 11-hour to drive, you have 14 hours a day to be on duty. And like I was saying, I'm here right now. So you have that extra 3 hours. Was your low tech charge checks that you're doing, you're stopping for a restroom break, you're fueling up. That's where your on duty time comes in during the day. It doesn't mean that you have to use all 14 hours of the day. So you're planning to drive 11. I always add the extra hour for the low check tire checks, the break, bathroom breaks, and my 30 minutes. That's minimum. So at minimum, a full driving day is going to be 12 hours. So you started driving at 6, you're going to be driving up to 6. Of course, keep in mind that if you're changing time zones like we do going across country, east to west, you're either going to gain an hour or going to lose an hour in your clock, your actual physical clock, but you're still going to drive the same amount of hours. So at a minimum, I plan for a 12-hour day. But I've had some days that have been 14. I've had some days that have been 16 hours. I've had some days that have been 18 hours. It really depends how the day works out, because loading and unloading days, or unloading and unloading days, actually that's how it works out, can be extended when you're waiting on a shipper. If they're taking a long time, like I said, there's a new rule. Your 14-hour clock will pause at this point and stop moving, which means that you'll still have more driving time after you get loaded. So, for example, if I go pick up, I already drove 2 hours in the morning. That means I got 9 left of driving time. You will save 12 hours of my 14-hour. And I get to a shipper and it takes him 3 hours to get me loaded. Well, after 2 hours, my clock is going to pause. My 14-hour clock is going to pause. Again, not in depth, not to confuse you. We'll do a future video later on. But let's just say it's going to pause. And when I get back on duty, I'm still going to have the 9 hours of driving and 12 hours of my 14-hour clock. They're available for me to get back on the road. Now, does that mean, I got to drive now 9 hours and it's later in the day that would put me to midnight? You don't have to. That's where your pre-planned skills for your day comes in handy. When is your delivery time? How far do you have to go? How tired you are. If you're tired, stop and take a nap. Take a break. If you want to drive more, at least take a nap. That's more important for your safety and the safety of everybody else out here. So make sure to do that. But you don't have to drive all those hours later on. It really depends on your load. Now, some of you guys might say, comment below, how do you do it? But I've seen guys that drive all times of the night. I prefer to drive early mornings, some at night if I have to on load and drop off pickup days. My night get a little extended, and so the next day I wake up early and get on rolling just right after my 10 is over. That way, I start kind of gaining some of my daylight time back. But that's me. That's how I drive. There are guys that like waking up at 2 o'clock in the morning, and that's how they do their day most of the time. There's pros and cons to every day, and every day can be different. You manage your time as you need to, but for those, as far as the question on how long is your day as a truck driver, your day at a minimum, I will say on an average, it's going to be a 12 to 13 hour day. So here in flatbed and with Melton, my experience, that's kind of the minimum on a full drive day. If you're loading and unloading, those the days that you're dropping off and picking up another load will be a little bit longer, or can be a little bit longer, depending on the location, the shipper, the receiver, and all that kind of stuff. And securement, of course, how long it takes you to secure the load. that also, you know, comes in on hand and things. But it's really up to you. Do you have time to enjoy while you are here? You definitely. I mean, right here, I'm washing my truck. That's an extra thing. I'm gonna stop and fuel up here in a little bit. You know, go to the restroom, get something to eat. Right now, if I wasn't chatting to you, I'm doing the video right now. But if I wasn't chatting to you, I could be taking my dog out to do their, you know, thing, or just chill outside. I could be cleaning the truck a little bit. I can be eating something, making something too real quick. So you have time to do things for yourself as well. You just have to know how to manage your time properly, and make sure that you are pre-planning your day, um, day by day. Pre-plan your day, and we can talk about that again in another video. Um, so you arrive to where you need to be on time or beforehand, which is what I always look for to do. To do is the day before if I can, or at least a couple of hours before, as my goal to arrive to my customer. So, but that's it, guys. That's all I wanted to talk about real quick. Hope that answers the question. If you have any other questions in regards to that I didn't clarify, please comment below. Let me know what those are, and I'll answer you there in the comments, or maybe through another video. Again, I appreciate you guys supporting the channel. If you haven't subscribed, you know what to do. Hit that like button if you like the content, and I'll see you on the next video, guys. Wolf Rider out. Peace.